guys, and welcome back. It is January 5th when I'm filming this video, so it's actually the first video that I'm filming in 2021. I hope you guys all had a wonderful holiday season. I know it's a bit late when you're seeing this video, but Happy New Year. I film this type of video every year. I think I've been doing it every year since at least like 2017, and it's basically a get ready with me. I have my coffee that is in my new mug that my sister gave me for Christmas. It's got all these little house plants on it, and then in the inside, I don't know if you guys will be able to see, but on the inside it says Proud Plant Mom. Just drinking some coffee. I have flavored coffee today. Maple coffee, Great Canadian Maple Coffee. So yeah, it's gonna be a makeup mugs and more video. I like to do this video at the start of every year where I just kind of go through my resolutions for the new year. Plus I like to talk about the word that I'm choosing for the year and also kind of reflect back on the previous year. So that's what's happening today. I know it's not the first video you guys are seeing, but it is the first one I'm filming. So Happy New Year again, and let's just go ahead and get started. It's after work right now, so it's in the evening, which is why it's very dark in my room, obviously, because it's dark outside. So I'm just going to start off with my primer, which is the Poreless Putty primer from e.l.f. I get confused every time I film this type of video because I don't really remember how I used to start. I guess we can start by talking about 2020. It has obviously been a different type of year this year. I think for most people, it's been a kind of a strange year. I'm just going to use this CC foundation from Revolution Pro. I always like flip my earring like that when I'm doing foundation because I don't want it to get dirty. But yeah, I think none of us really knew. None of us really predicted that this was going to happen. So I feel like I had a lot of big plans at the start of 2020. And I remember thinking, I'm going to go to Iceland this year and I'm going to do this. But I still feel like, despite like everything, 2020 was still a pretty good year for me. Oh my gosh, I feel like the brightness, one second. Okay, I lowered the brightness a little bit. I just felt like it was like making me look super ghostly. But yeah, I feel like even despite everything, I still had a pretty good year. I don't know, I didn't mind 2020 as much. I guess I wasn't as impacted by things. Thankfully, nobody I know has gotten sick this year, and I didn't lose my job. Like, we were all able to adjust working from home, and I've basically been working from home since March. Haven't seen any of my coworkers in person for almost a year now, I guess. But I was lucky enough to be able to keep my job, and I wasn't as like severely impacted, I guess. I already kind of lived an introverted life as well. So when I live alone, I guess I just didn't feel the effects as much as some other people. It has been tough though. Like, obviously it hasn't been like easy, but I guess what I'm saying is I haven't been that impacted like negatively, I guess. I'm really, really grateful for. I'm just using some of this concealer from Revolution or XX Revolution. And I also feel like because I was able to adjust so easily to like our new lifestyle, I was able to really like work on myself as a person. It was a very introspective year. For 2020, the word that I actually chose was focus, and it was supposed to be more like focus on the big picture and don't let little things kind of get you down. Focus on my personal health, physically and mentally. Focus on being a better person, and just like, I don't know, just focusing on improving my life. And I actually feel like I was able to do that more this year than I thought I would be initially. I was kind of bummed when the world kind of flipped around because I was like, I'm not going to do everything that I thought I was going to do this year, but I think that it actually gave me a good opportunity to focus on myself this year. I was pretty much alone for most of the year. I mean, I was with my family. I moved back home for a bit, and I've seen my parents a lot, but basically I was pretty alone this year. My mom mentioned recently that I always raise my voice at the end of every sentence. So like, I'll be saying something and then I will, like, the intonation will go up at the end, like I just did right now. And I'm trying so hard to stop doing that because I've never noticed it, like that I've done that before. What was I saying? Yeah, it was just a good year for me to actually like focus on myself. So I feel like that was the perfect word for me in 2020. And yeah, I'm just really grateful that I didn't really get too many of like the negative impacts from 2020. I know it hasn't been easy for a lot of people. So hopefully 2021 will start looking up for everyone. I'm just kind of lightly setting my face with my Milani powder all over because I'm going to go in with some powder products. So my 2020 resolutions, I didn't do that good of a job. I'll be honest, on my resolutions. I don't know, I feel like I never really fulfill all of my New Year's resolutions, like any year, not just 2020, but like every year. I'm going in with my little trio thing from face palette from XX Revolution. I feel like I'm using a lot of Revolution products in this video. But even though I didn't like finish all my resolutions or get to all of them from 2020, I feel like I did make some progress on a lot of them, which means that they've kind of moved forward and onto 2021. So I'm like doing it baby steps. So then looking forward to 2021, which is so weird to say, and I'm still doing it. Like I'm still writing 2020 on all of my papers and stuff because I keep forgetting that it's 2021 now. The word that I wanted to choose, actually my mom helped me pick it. I think I was like talking to her about words. I don't know, I've been doing this ever since my boss back in January 2018 brought up that she does this, and she brought it up at one of like our work meetings, and then ever since then I've been doing it as well. I basically just write it down along with my New Year's resolutions. I put it in my phone and I write it down in my planner. I spend the year pretty much keeping that word at the back of my mind all the time. Like I'm not like actively thinking about the word, but it's just something that I have at the back of my mind all the time, and I actually really like doing it. Even though you're not like purposely trying to, what's the word? Like emulate? I don't know what the word is, but you're not like doing things because of the word you chose. It just ends up being that you can, at the end, when you go back and like reflect on your year and how it relates back to your word, you just find a lot of things kind of just came together, I guess, and it all kind of makes sense. I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but I would recommend trying it, like trying to set a word at the start of every new year and then coming back to it at the end of the year and seeing how you used that word in your past year. For 2021, I think I'm going to choose the word courage. I'm not a very brave person, so I don't know. I don't really have a lot of courage, I guess. I felt like it was appropriate because, I don't know, I just feel like I'm at a point in my life when I need to start making changes. I just feel like it's time for me to start doing things that are like a little bit out of my comfort zone. I'm just using the blush and the highlighter from this face trio. I forgot how much, there's like a hair. I forgot how much I love the blush. I don't really like the highlighter that much, but I figured since I'm using the palette. Why is there a hair? Since I'm using the palette, I might as well use the highlighter. So what I was thinking of for courage was things like courage to do the right thing and not just what's easy. Courage to take chances and make changes. Like I said, I've been pretty static in my life. Things haven't changed too drastically for me in the last like 2 years. So I feel like now I'm getting to that stage where it's like time for me to maybe try something new, step out of my comfort zone more often, which is like I never step out of my comfort zone. I'm just going to spritz my face with this spray from Maybelline. I always forget to drink my coffee and then it gets cold while I'm filming. I was thinking like courage to move in a different direction. I don't know if like when I thought of that one, I don't know if I was thinking like career-wise move in a different direction or if I was just thinking lifestyle-wise. I don't know. I guess we'll just see where that one goes. I think I said courage to try again. I think that's something that I've struggled with all the time. I end up always taking like the easy way out because I'm scared that I'm going to fail. I'm sure nobody likes failing, but I like get very anxious about failing. And so I think that's why I usually choose like the easiest route, or the route that's going to give me the least amount of anxiety and stress. I'm just going to use my Blueberry Muffin palette from BH Cosmetics, which I love so much. I just need to be more aware that it's okay to fail. I don't know, maybe it's just the way I was brought up, but I just don't. Like, I get really anxious about failing or losing, making the wrong decision, anything like that. I kind of wrote that one down because I wanted to remind myself this year that it's okay to fail, because you're going to be able to try again or try something different next time. Be able to not let that anxiety stop me, and I need to remind myself that it's okay and that you'll always be able to try again. I think the last point that I put down was courage to let go, maybe? I don't have it in front of me because I wrote it in my planner and it's in the other room, but I'm pretty sure I wrote down courage to let go or courage to hold on, which now I'm thinking it must have been let go, because I don't know why I would have written hold on. I think I'm just very resistant to change. I just like things staying the way they are. So when things change, I get like really, angsty and anxious, and like it's just stressful to me when things are changing. So I feel like I put courage to let go because I was thinking that I needed to work on not being afraid to let go of things. I just don't want anything to stop me this year. Like, I don't want to be held back by like fears or uncertainties. I just need to gain more confidence and do things and not be afraid of the results. I don't know what colors to use from this palette. I've done a blue look with this palette, so I think I just want to go for something neutral. I'm just going to build up the deeper brown in my in my outer corner. Those were all of my courage points. I don't know what to call them. I'm just going to call them my courage points that I want to have at the back of my mind this year. I'm actually like excited. Past, I've chosen the word grow. I think in 2018 I chose grow. In 2019 I chose self. 2020, like I mentioned, I chose the word focus. So now I'm looking really forward to doing something different and choosing the word courage, because hopefully that will encourage me to try new things this year and just get a little bit more confident in myself. I'll see where it takes me. Anyway, that was a whole lot of stuff about my word of the year. There's so many good words though. Like, I was thinking I wanted to choose the word patience, which I lack a lot of patience. I wanted to choose the word create or creativity. Like, there are so many things, so many different words that I wanted to choose. I'm going to use my finger, and I think I want to take the shade Cravings with my finger. So for my New Year's resolutions, I always feel like this video, when I film it, it's kind of just a way for me to hold myself accountable. I'm pretty bad at sticking to my New Year's resolutions. I always write them out in my planner. I write them out in my phone, and I talk about them in this video so that I have some sort of accountability throughout the year to try and stick to my resolutions. So one of them for sure, it's kind of ironic, but it's drink less coffee and sleep more. Obviously not happening today. Well, actually it's not been that bad. I only really have 2 cups a day, sometimes 3, but I try not to. I try to stick to 2 cups a day. So this is just my 2nd cup, which is not that bad. The only problem is that I'm having it in the evening, so it's probably gonna keep me awake. But I definitely want to sleep more. I'm just not good at sleeping. I have a lot of trouble falling asleep at night. It's probably the coffee. Then I had a lot of health resolutions. It's been hard to do this one this week because it's been raining every single day. Hopefully you guys can't hear the raindrops that are banging on my window right now. I want to walk more or take more walks. I noticed that was a really big downside for me, and I really slacked on walking this year. I used to walk at work. I'd go around campus and just walk, take a 20-minute break. But since working from home, I don't walk very often, which is so bad. I want to walk at least 40,000 steps a week. So I'm going to try and do that. It's obviously not going to happen this week because I don't want to go out when it's pouring rain. But as long as I go for a walk every day, like every day during the week, and then hopefully like a longer one on the weekend, just like a quick little walk, I'll be able to reach that 40-step goal. So I really want to do that. I really need to do that. Walking is so good for you, and I'm just the worst at it. I also want to do yoga. I said twice a week, but it's basically like 8 times a month. So I do yoga with Adrienne. She just started her new series for January. And I also want to exercise or work out twice a week as well, so 8 times a month. I used to go down to like the elliptical every second day when the gym in my apartment was open, but since it's been closed, I've just been doing Chloe Ting workouts. I want to read more. So I actually did pretty good with reading in 2020. I didn't read as many books as some people, but I definitely read more, and I took the time to actually read, which wasn't always the case in 2019. This year I want to read at least 2 books a month, so hopefully I can stick to that. I think I can kind of designate time throughout the week or just before bed each night to actually read. I think I'll be able to do it. It's not that many. Like some people read like 6 books a month. I don't know how. Oh, I need to wear glasses more. This is always on my list of things that I need to do, but I definitely need to do it. It's so bad for my eyes that I'm wearing like my contacts all the time. So twice a week, I need to just wear my glasses for the entire day. I'm just gonna actually turn you guys off for a second, do my mascara off camera because it's hard for me. I want to be like really close. My skin is so dry that every single time I wear makeup or foundation, it looks so bad. It's so dry. To continue on the resolutions that I wrote in my phone, I have some YouTube goals and Instagram goals that are kind of boring, so I'm not going to mention those. Oh, I only want to order food twice. Oh, I forgot to do my lips. I only want to order food twice a month, which is something that I was actually really good at the beginning of the year. But then as soon as we went into like lockdown, I don't know if this color's gonna work. I don't know. Oh well. As soon as we went into lockdown, I kind of just ordered food way too many times. Like I would order through Skip the Dishes like once a week. So I'm trying to only do it twice a month now. Oh yeah, I want to learn to knit this year. My mom gave me, by the way, this is Prairie Home by CoverGirl. It's one of their Blur Lippie sticks. Like I was saying, my mom gave me a bunch of knitting needles for Christmas and a little book that has like a bunch of the patterns and the stitches in it. So I'm gonna try and learn to knit this year. I already kind of know how to crochet. I don't know a ton of patterns for crocheting. I think I'll have to look them up, but I do not think this lip color matches me. It does not look good with this eye look. We're just gonna leave it because I want to finish up this video. I want to try and learn how to knit a sweater. That's my ultimate goal. I want to make a chunky knit by next Christmas. That's what I want to do. I also want to buy a piano this year. I've been saving up, and I obviously can't fit like $1,000 in my apartment. I'm thinking I'm just gonna get a weighted or a digital keyboard, like a weighted keyboard. I want the closest thing to an acoustic piano that I can get. So hopefully I'll be able to buy a piano this year. Oh, and I want to save for a car, which means that I'm going to have to cut back on my spending habits and shopping. So that's kind of all like financial goals. I just want to finish the associate certificate that I'm doing. I'm just taking some classes on the side. They were originally part of like my Pro D for work, but then our budget kind of got cut. So now I'm just paying it out of pocket. I only have 3 courses left in the certificate, so hopefully I will finish that off this year. Those are all of my resolutions. Like a lot of them are simple. Like I tried to do them like measurable or as measurable as I could. So a lot of them I can like hold myself accountable. And that sums up this video. I love this eyeshadow palette. It's so pretty. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you're excited for 2021. I know that like 2020 kind of got us down, but I feel like 2021 has a lot of good stuff in store. I feel excited for 2021 and I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you as always for watching. I am so grateful for all of you. I love reading all of your comments. So thank you so much for all the support in 2020 and for sticking around in 2021. Thank you guys as always for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Please subscribe if you would like to see more videos, and I'll see you in my next one.